Please start by telling us who you are and where your district is located.
My name is Steve Gander, and I serve in District 1B, and my home is East Grand Forks, Minnesota. The district runs roughly from there to Foston and a line, let's say Gully, Foston, Langby, then it drops down almost to Moorhead to the towns of Felton and Ulen, including all of Polk County, Norman County, Red Lake County, and those 5 townships of Clay County.
And currently, as we sit here today, you're the mayor of East Grand Forks?
Yes, sir.
So why make the jump to the House of Representatives?
You know, I've dreamed about serving in the House for probably 40 years or more. My buddy Dave Thompson, he was a state senator here in Minnesota, out of Lakeville, Minnesota, ran for governor a few years ago. Dave and I were friends ever since like junior high school, on through into high school, into college. Dave and I, we went separate ways. He went on to political science, economics, law school, and then into his political career here in Minnesota. I went another way into optometry and have served as an optometrist for these last 37 years. And so you see, it wouldn't have fit so well for me to come down here at a younger time, but now with the practice and other doctors in there, it's I'm able to do this. And so I dreamed about this for a very long time. Came through, as you know, some public service. You mentioned serving as mayor. Was on the council for a number of years, now mayor for 8. And what I like about it is the privilege of serving the people. And when you can start into that and extend that out to a larger area, feels good.
One of the nuggets I took from your campaign webpage, you say on there, you believe the role of an elected official is serving the people, not the other way around.
Absolutely.
And so can you expand on that?
You know, somebody said it in there at lunch today too. Somebody said, wow, that must be really cool, you know, being the boss of the city as mayor of East Grand Forks. And I said, no. I right now have like 10,000 bosses. Every single member of that community, I report to them, I'm accountable to them. Now that extends out to 30,000 plus in this district. And honestly, as any individual representative, you're serving every member of our whole state. I hope we all get that. We all have our local area that we're going to pay special attention to, but we're serving the entire state with the decisions that we make. And I think it requires a ton of humility, a ton of real follow through and commitment. You know, somebody will come and say, hey, will you check on this certain thing? It takes a certain skill set to lock that down, to remember what that conversation was, and then take appropriate action when the time comes. Those are all, I think, components of how we serve the people.
Yeah. And the people in your district, when you talk to them, what are some of the concerns or issues they'd like to see addressed?
You know, there's opened up quite a divide between the rural part of our state, which is essentially the northern half, although there's probably a southern fringe too, but we think of north and south and the metro. And that divide, I think, carries in a whole host of ways. There's been some rhetoric back and forth, maybe from our governor to the outstate, and you know, certain things were said, and it's hard to forget some of those things. So that great divide, you know, in one area, a little more on the conservative mindset, over here maybe on the more progressive mindset. How do we bring that together? How do we bring that together where I talked to a ton of people who said, if I never go back to the Twin Cities again, it'd be too soon. Whether it's the crime, whether it's, you know, other kind of hostility that's there, and they've lost their zest for ever coming down for a Vikings game, a Twins game, you know, some kind of cultural event. Well, if we bring that back, if we look at the Twin Cities and they really actually see that it's an amenity for us in the northern part of the state, that's huge. Where we feel good coming down and appreciating and enjoying the opportunities that are here.
And finally, I had to ask you about this too. I've never heard the song Minnesota by Northern Lights. Is that
Yes.
It was on your campaign webpage. How does that song kind of fit into your political outlook?
You know, I remember being a kid back in the 70s, it was Bible camp and the sound of the loon across the water. And that's how that song opens up. And then it talks about the lakes and, you know, the pine trees and the whole experience of what Minnesota really is. When you think about our lakes, our streams and rivers and trail systems and all the great hunting land that we have, the swamps and the wonderful recreational opportunities that there are. Like in Grand Forks and East Grand Forks, we have about 40 miles of continuous recreational trails out in the wilderness of our city. But extend that out, I mean, across the whole state. And really those are opportunities to get outside of the home and just get yourself immersed in nature and all the different sounds and the smells, and it's that song really brought me back to that and to what I would hope that we can all aspire to in Minnesota, enjoying what we have here.